point, yeah?
Why am I so good looking, blood?
It's not fair on other people, blood.
Diary of a Badman was created in the early 2010s and became a staple in UK British culture, with important messages, relatable stories, and iconic catchphrases. Like, let's get straight to the point, yeah! And it's kind of boom, you know.
This series was created by Humza Arshad, who is a British-born Pakistani that grew up in Streatham. He also has an MBE for his services to education. I'm not too sure exactly what he got the MBE for, but I'm guessing it was to do with drama or performing arts. Let us know in the comment section down below, guys.
One of the key reasons why this show was so iconic was the main character. He was just unserious, and the humor was just, it was just any and everything. There was no censor compared to nowadays. When you hear a lot of comedy, even on YouTube, it's very censored. You have to watch what you say. Every word can be twisted and you get what I mean, put in a different way. Back then, it was a lot more free flowing. You could talk about any and everything and people would understand it was comedy and it wasn't serious. And yeah, I think that side of it, the unseriousness of the character stood out.
Another reason why this show was so iconic was because at the end of each episode, he would give you a life lesson. Like in one episode, he had one about charity. The character met someone who was less fortunate than him. And this is important for young viewers as well, because they can learn from this. It's also comedy, but it's also an important life lesson.
When I was at the charity event, I realized that sometimes I can be selfish. And I don't realize that I'm living in my own world. Because in the real world, there are people who need our help. Countries who have suffered from natural disasters like the Pakistani floods, Haiti, the tsunami, Katrina, and many, many more, fam. People are dying. And yes, we should be grateful for what we have. But also, think, how can we help the less fortunate?
Yeah, and there was also other themes that he had to episodes. There was one that he did on gangs, which he said he first showed people that had beef, and then he showed the effects to beef and the things that can happen that was wrong. And it's good especially because his fan base is really young. So at this time, so they would learn from these lessons and mix it with comedy so it's digestible. And there was another episode on parents.
And another one on Eid as well.
Yeah, parents and on Eid and on things like that where people could learn from, where he was saying people need to respect their parents. Also have because he was Muslim, he had a Muslim side to it where he would explain stuff that was in the Quran and he would relate it to that. So it was like an important way where he would, even though it's comedy and it's funny, which makes it digestible to children, it would have an important message to every video. We got influenced by this show when we were younger. I think you were about 13, I was 11. And we made videos where you can see the influence. At the time, I did not realise. I was so young, and these videos are really embarrassing. Really embarrassing, yeah? But have a look, yeah. You can see the influence yourself.
Straight to the point, yeah.
Stop tripping like a jerk.
I'm not even tripping. Why are you all saying that, man? You're killing the thing, man. You're killing it. You're killing it, man. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's get straight to the point, yeah. Let's get straight to the point.
Stop tripping like a jerk, like.
Let's get straight to the point, yeah.
We wanted to play basketball. He told us, you play rugby. It's good for you. You sit down in this corner for how many minutes? What the fuck?
As you can see, it was absolute shambles. I can see how I was influenced because I used to just sit and tell the story.
Yeah, but you see me, with me, I was 11, so it's fine. You were 13, so I'm blaming you, man. I'm blaming you. That was not me. I'm blaming you. But the acting was atrocious, the giggling, everything. But yeah, it's fun. It just shows the level of influence the people that were in that age group. I would say from like all the way from 10 all the way up to like 15, 16, 17. That age group there, they were like addicted to the show. All my friends watched it when I was younger. Everyone in primary school watched it. So it was just so iconic, and it even inspired us to partly make videos.
Those times it was KSI and him. Those were like literally the biggest on YouTube.
And there was also people like Bricka,
Yeah.
Jazzy, who was in some episodes. Bricka was also in some episodes. And there was that show called Smokey Barbers,
Yeah.
which around that time in UK comedy, it was iconic, like them shows, because what they did was, it was comedic, it was very silly, so it was like relatable to children, but also they also all of them touched on important messages. So you grabbed the attention of children and you showed them important messages, which was key. And it was things that people could relate to, like Bricka. Everyone knows the Eastern European builder. When you talk about the Hamza Don, he's relating to Asian and South Asian culture, where he was talking about. When you see stuff like the A dot apprentice,
Yeah, people know our uncle who's like that. You know what I mean?
African uncle
Yeah.
that's like that. So there's lots of relatable stuff, and like I said earlier, a lot of the stuff they did and talked about, you can't do that now. The internet is too packed up with people, where people would complain, people would cry, there'll be cancel. Back then it was refreshing. It was like not anything good. Of course you have to have a level of censorship, but like everything was free game. Everything was free game, and it was hilarious.
As soon as I made Diary of a Badman, my life changed. Having that many people kind of watching me, especially at that time, no one was doing it like that. No one at all. No one had those kind of views. For me, yeah, it was very surreal, but I like to think I was as humble as I could be, and that was because of my mum. My mum always told me that, like, doesn't matter how big you get, you're still a human being, you're still like everyone else, and Allah can take it just like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So you need to show Allah that you deserve it.
He still continues to make content until this day, which shows his longevity and quality. He's recently dropped Badman 13 a year ago, which is a continuation from Diary of Badman, and the very last one to drop in the whole series.
And also he had iconic other shows like Black and Brown, which was with Jazzy, another actor in UK comedy, which is really iconic, who was in the film Another Hood.
In school, bare memories, you know. I used to get bare girls out there, right?
Bro, it was a boys' school, fam.
Yeah, nah, no, but
Yeah, but true say I didn't like that guy, Mr. Temple Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, he used to give me detention in detention.
Chewing Gum, which was an episode, it was Chewing Gum and there was Bubble Gum, which was made from his father's shop. I think he had his father's clothing shop, and he made a whole series of that. I used to watch that one as well. There was some series I didn't watch. I would say the more recent stuff I haven't really watched, but the Bubblegum series, I think the Diary of Badman and the Bubblegum series, they were iconic. That Bubblegum series was so funny. The acting, one thing I'll say is the acting was so good in the Bubblegum series, I didn't even realise it was him. I thought that was actually his dad or someone like that.
I'll be real, the reason why I watched that, is because I had a Pakistani friend myself, and his father owned a furniture shop like that, and he got me into that. That's why I watched it. Yeah. I'll be real.
But that's what I'm saying. This guy made, he made comedy and important stories, but he made it very relatable to South Asian culture and also to just in general British culture. Of course, I could not understand from the South Asian part, but from the British side, there was British culture stuff that everyone could relate to. There was all my friends were watching it when we were in school. And yeah, his legacy is cemented in UK comedy, and especially I would say for South Asians as well. He paved the way for a lot of other South Asians to be just content creators and YouTubers at this time, because his channel was one of the biggest in the early 2010s, and it like paved the way for people you see now on social media. Like there's someone called Avi on TikTok. There's other Asian YouTubers that have risen, and I would say he paved the way for that. He was one of the first. And yeah, it was just iconic. The legacy is cemented. The legacy is cemented in the thing. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know your favourite episodes or your favourite moments from Diary of a Badman when you were growing up. If you didn't watch it and this is the first time you've heard of it, please go and check it out. You can still watch it today. Everything is still relevant and you can still watch it today. And yeah, I'll just say, please, we're going to show you the last clip. Please do not take the piss. I was 11 years old. I didn't know. Safe.
Straight to the point, yeah.
What? Stop dropping
Yeah.
that 12.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Stop dropping that 12.
Shut up.
He only won because I had some crap up characters.
And
The guy couldn't even
whose
fight.
fault is that for choosing it? Blood?
I didn't know, man. So shut up.
Get out of my view, man. Yeah. What all our other
You can't scam.
WWE kids.
Can't scam.
Street Fighter 3 freeze 1 3 1 3 1 3
We won one, so get your
One.
facts right.